Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm doing your 2020 forecast. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Just keep an open mind. Remember, these are general and we are looking a year ahead, so just keep in mind, energy is fluid, take what resonates, and watch all your signs, okay? And with forecasts, what I always say when I do private readings, you might want to revisit the video as time goes on, maybe towards the end of the month, so look back and see what transpired that month and kind of look ahead and see what energy might be coming in for you. That's a good way to keep track of where you are in that forecast energy, okay? And those of you who have had private readings with me, you know that usually I have no room on my table because I use a number of different decks, but for the purposes of these readings here, I'm just going to do the first part, which is pulling one card for each month and going through that, okay? And I'm running a 2020 special. If you're interested in that, check out the description box below. The forecasts are still available at a discounted price if you're interested. So, Leo, 2020. What's going on? And we are ready. January, February, March, April, May, June. A lot of the signs I've done so far have had the Ace of Swords in June, quite a few of them. The most recent being Cancer, I think. So if you have Cancer in your chart or you're dealing with a Cancer, check that out as well. But of course, watch the videos for all your signs. They give you bits and pieces that you can, piece together. Oh, isn't that nice? The Lover's right next to the Two of Cups. Oh, what are you up to, Leo? King of Cups and Queen of Cups. Big year for relationships. Big year for relationships. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. So you might be starting off the year feeling maybe lonely, left out of options, like it's never going to come together for you, whatever the case may be. The message with the Eight of Swords is, at this time, and especially throughout 2020, try to keep a positive outlook on things. If you're not sure, either get the information or just wait until either you pursue the information, look for it, or wait until more is revealed to you before just coming up with a plan or a way to deal with things, okay? Try not to allow yourself to be pessimistic, because you have a lot of great things coming, but you have to be willing to see them. You have to be open to the possibilities. So I feel that you're getting a heads up for 2020, saying no matter what happens, stay positive and keep your eyes open for the opportunity in everything, okay? I do get the feeling of blessings in disguise coming up for you in 2020, okay? So, I think I see why the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck is your overall energy, because you have a couple difficult cards, let's call them. So, first card, Judgment card for the energy of January. So the Judgment card is receiving news. Again, this is the news you're receiving. So you've been looking for this and it's coming through. For others of you, the Judgment card I feel like is talking about facing something that you've been trying to run away from, especially if it's, a conversation. The Judgment card tells us that we already know the answers. We already know what to do. We already know what's going on. We just need to trust ourselves and believe that we actually do know what's going on, okay? And I'm seeing that energy coming up for you in the month of January. I'm seeing lots of signs, symbols, synchronicities confirming for you something you already know, and actually you're waiting for confirmation from the outside, but you already have the answers. Does that make sense? The Judgment card can also indicate the energy of assessments, reviews, interviews, and you're waiting to hear back from these, okay? So something like that can also come up for you in the month of January. In February, we have the Three of Swords. So for some of you, the thing that you know is either that, a relationship isn't right for you, a friendship isn't right for you, you're not in the right job, you're holding yourself back, you're self-sabotaging, you're sacrificing what you want to try to please other people. Okay, for some of you, that's what the truth is, that you're trying to avoid in January, but actually you end up facing it. And February feels a little sad, a little lost. Now that, the truth is out there, what do I do with it? Now that I know what's going on, I know what I need to do, what do I do with that? It changes everything. Just question everything with the Three of Swords is what I'm getting. Alternatively, if you're ending a relationship, then obviously this is, the heartache, the loss, the sorrow, the sadness, especially if you've kind of known that something isn't right, or something isn't, you're either being taken advantage of, or I don't want to say cheated on, but it can be, okay? And remember, this is not, if it makes no sense to you, then it's not you. This is something that you already know deep down is happening, okay? So just keep that in mind. But anyway, the truth that you've been trying to hide from, run away from, you're accepting in January. February, you're dealing with the aftermath. You're dealing with the consequences, okay? And it may involve separating yourself from a person, a place, a situation, a job, a career, whatever the case may be, okay? There's an element of sacrifice. Sacrificing something that deep down you knew wasn't right for you. In March, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is, again, similar feeling, where you're feeling a little bit lost, a little depleted, like you're not sure what you want anymore, a little bit pessimistic, okay? But here's the thing. That's why they're giving you a heads up to keep your eyes open for blessings in disguise, because with this Four of Cups, it is often called the card of missed opportunity. Why? Because we're looking at this Three of Cups, that's Three of Cups or Three Cups, and it doesn't make us happy, okay? And we keep waiting for those things to make us happy, but they don't. They never do. And in the meantime of us feeling lost and unhappy and miserable because what we want doesn't make us happy, we're missing a divine opportunity. We're missing something that is truly meant for us, that's meant to make us happy, fulfill us, bring us happiness, abundance, etc. Okay? So March, if you are dealing with on again, off again relationships, this is that energy of on again, off again, on again, off again, and now you're on again. Just be careful with that. It's a vicious cycle, and with the Judgment card showing up, it's a vicious cycle. So you're going to make the decisions that you think are best for you. But just be aware that it is a vicious cycle, and if it hasn't worked out until now, it never will. That's what I hear, okay? In April, we have the Hierophant. Now with the Hierophant, for some, I'm seeing this as seeking counseling. If you're trying to work on something, fix something. For others of you, this is making something official. Telling your family about it or something like that, okay? Or telling the boss you're not happy, telling the boss you quit. This could also be interviewing with other people, companies, etc. For others of you, this is a focus on family, maybe looking for help to keep a family together, or looking for help to just keep the relationship together. A Taurus individual might be significant for you at this time. What I'm feeling is you've been dealing with this person. If this is in the romantic sense, you've been dealing with this person who keeps making promises that they simply cannot deliver on, okay? And that's where the on again, off again relationship comes in. You keep giving them chance after chance after chance. This could also be happening with, a sibling, with a family member, with a friend, with a boss, where you keep being patient with them and giving them the benefit of the doubt, and they keep making promises but they never deliver, okay? That sort of energy. In a different sense, the Hierophant can indicate, I'm getting the energy of interviewing. Okay, interviewing with a big company, with a corporation, with the government company or institution, schools. And for others of you, this is where you find solace in your spirituality, in your faith, family, recovering after cutting a cycle, okay? In May, we have the Queen of Cups. So this could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces individual, someone of rising. But because we also have the King of Cups, and this is like a perfect pair, okay, if you will, it can just indicate your love connection, your love focus, regardless of their sign. It comes up a number of different ways. For some of you, it's the person you've been dealing with that keeps making promises. They're trying to come back. Okay, so you might be dealing with them around May time. They're asking for forgiveness. They're showing, affection. They're doing and saying things that they think you want to see and hear. But again, you've seen this before. See how you have like 3 water lilies here, and then you have the 3 cups here. Okay, you've seen this before. You've heard it before. And I think that that's what you're dealing with for some of you in the month of May. For others of you, this could be a new person that you meet. This shows you affection, nurturing, true friendship, support. Could be a counselor. If this isn't a job sense, cups, court cards are often intermediaries, people who put you in touch with the right people, so recruiters, headhunters, that sort of thing, okay? So for some of you, that's what you're dealing with. Someone's trying to help get you in the best position. In June, we have the Ace of Swords. With the Ace of Swords, for those of you who have been dealing with an on-again, off-again relationship, romantic or otherwise, okay? The Ace of Swords is that clarifying conversation where you cut ties, okay? You've gone back and forth with it, but once the Judgment card shows up in a reading, you can't pretend you don't know, okay? You can't unknow the truth, okay? You can't run from it anymore. You can't avoid it anymore, that sort of energy. You have to act on it. You have to use it. And with the Ace of Swords, that's what I'm seeing you do in June. So you're cutting out this person or situation, okay, who or that has depleted you of energy, affection, love, money, time, whatever it is. It's like you've put a lot into it, but it's like a black hole. It never gave you anything back, okay? Or if it did, it was definitely not as much as you put into it, okay? It wasn't balanced. It was far from balanced, give and take. And I'm seeing you having that clarifying conversation and cutting ties with someone, okay? With this on-again, off-again cycle. So you're ending a cycle using this truth that you now see and are ready to accept and use, okay? For others of you, this is a contract coming through. So if you have been talking to someone on the job front and they're helping you talk to the right people, this is a contract coming through, whether this is a job, a new business opportunity, business venture, a loan, mortgage, business loan, that sort of thing can also come up here for some of you, where you sign on the dotted line, okay, and you talk terms, that sort of energy coming up in June. In July, we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is where you take a step back to ground yourself, to come back to center, to find your peace again, okay? So you've gotten yourself out of an on-again, off-again situation, out of a back and forth vicious cycle. This is where you take a step back to contemplate on what you've learned as a result of that, contemplate on the experiences you've had, the lessons, and how you're going to move forward, okay? If this is in a work sense or with business or anything like that, the Hermit talks about having a mentor or a time of study where you figure out what is requested, what is required of you, and how you can be the best in that position, in that role, in that partnership. Okay, so it can be a time of training, development, education, formal or otherwise. For others of you, because I'm getting a similar energy to the Page of Pentacles energy, and the Hermit does represent Virgo. For others of you, as soon as you're done with the cycle and you're taking a step back to reground and come back to center, there's an earth sign individual that's coming into your life that's meant to be, because you have the Lovers, karmic partnerships, blessed partnerships, followed by the Two of Cups. See, it's the same people. Okay, so a very, very significant connection is made at this time. Second half of the year can be August, September. Okay? And this is a balanced partnership. There is healthy give and take. There is mutual support, love, respect, admiration. It's everything you've tried to make this situation be, but it wasn't mutual. It was only you pulling the weight, not the other person. Okay? Whereas in this situation, the both of you want the same thing. The both of you are working equally towards what you want. And more importantly, you support each other. You motivate each other. Okay? So you might end up meeting the person you have children with, because you have the Six of Cups here as well. You end up marrying, because you have Queen of Cups, King of Cups here as well. So, and you know, this is the energy. If this is not happening in your romantic life, this is happening within your career or your business, where you make this very strong connection, where it's equal give and take. You get what you give. You are paid or rewarded fairly, more than fairly, for your efforts. And it is long lasting. Because it is balanced, because you feed off of each other in a good way, you know, you support each other, you encourage each other, you motivate each other. It's like a wheel that keeps on going, okay? So this is something, you're making a connection during 2020 that is strong, very beneficial, balanced, and it will bring you either happiness or money or success, however it applies, for a long time to come. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. So you have the energy of falling in love, or you have the energy of, you know, inspiring each other, motivating each other, talking about ideas, creating plans together, okay, however it applies, in whichever area of life it applies. In October, we have the Page of Pentacles. For some of you, this talks about going back to school. This talks about financial increase. Definitely, this talks about starting to see the fruits of your labor as a result of this new partnership, whatever kind it is. This is again working out the details, coming up with a plan, coming up with a strategy, planning a future, planning the next step in the project, in the business, in the merger, within your career. If this is in a career sense, just to give you an example, you end up meeting someone who is a boss for you, but you look up to them and think you have a lot to learn from them, and they also look at you like, even though I'm their boss, I have a lot to learn from them. And they support you, encourage you, help develop you in the way that you tell them you want to develop. And then on the other hand, you might be supporting them with what they need. Okay, so it's that kind of partnership. In November, we have the King of Cups. So this can be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, yes, but I'm seeing this as significant other, a focus on the significant other. If this is in a love sense, this could be a time of meeting the family, moving in together, signing contracts, or just documents, making something official is how I'm seeing this. For others of you, this talks about a great time for business, a great time for career, a great time for negotiations, being successful. There's also financial increase here, things stabilizing, either with emotions, with finances, take it how it applies, okay, but things are stabilizing. And it's like they're coming, what I'm seeing is not only are they stabilizing, but they're going, it's like a flow that you can count on. So this month, this is the increase. Next month, you can also expect an increase that's higher than the previous month. Following month, same thing. Okay, so it's like it's coming into a flow. It's stable. It's flowing. You can count on this. This could also be making something official in terms of either, introducing each other to the families, but it can also be surprise proposals with the Page of Pentacles, King of Cups here. Surprise proposals with the Lovers, Two of Cups, definitely. Eloping. Just deciding overnight you're going to get married and then you're telling everyone. Moving in together very quickly. But it feels right. It feels like it's the right thing to do. That's how you know, okay? A great time to network, to advertise, to reach more and more people, to reach new platforms, to present in front of people, okay? So taking part in webinars, seminars, that sort of energy, okay? Just telling people what you're doing, what you're bringing to the table, why they need what you are selling, that sort of thing, okay? It's a very great time, It's a very good time for that. And in December, you have the Six of Cups. Now with the Six of Cups, this can just be, talking about the holiday season and reconnecting with friends, family, loved ones, spoiling your children. This can also be, finding out you're pregnant or giving birth at this time. I am seeing this is going back to, where you grew up, to the family home, to the parents' home, which is, as you do during the holiday season. But I'm also seeing it as, you're taking your significant other and it's like you're showing them a piece of your history and vice versa. But the Six of Cups is an energy of balance. So you start off the year a bit rocky, but it's only if you follow the energy through, if you allow it, okay? If you keep your eyes open for possibilities, if you keep your eyes open for the blessings in disguise, you see that it's only to get you to this place of peace, of contentment, of happiness. This is carefree energy. This is joy. It's not always X's and nostalgia and whatever. It's joy. It's childlike joy. It's peace. No care in the world. Feeling completely at peace, balanced. You can let your hair down. You can have fun. You don't have to worry about anything. That sort of energy, and that's how you finish off the year. Okay, so starting off a little bit intense, but like I say, there's a reason for it. So I really hope this helps if you are dealing with this energy. There's a reason behind it, there's a purpose for it. So I hope you can focus on that and just kind of get through it and get where you want to be and where you want to go with the Judgment card. Okay, but I hope this helps no matter what you're dealing with and what you want to do. It's great energy for making positive changes in your life, and having everything that you haven't had before, that you've wanted but you haven't had, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Make the most of this energy. Have a fantastic year ahead, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.